Today I'm going to talk about the new innovation that's been added to the R&R copy wall. What we've done with the R&R copy wall now is we've enabled the wall to roll from right to left, thus enabling us to move the lights closer for a majority of our copy work, eliminate reflections, and for large pieces be able to shoot them in sections, and for pieces that are highly reflective, shoot them in sections to actually eliminate the reflections. So let me show you some of the details. First detail is the wall has been supported with an angled piece on the sides to stop the wall from bowing. Second, the wall now has wheels on top and bottom that allows the wall to roll from right to left. The wall rolling right from left enables us to move the lights closer, eliminating reflections and making light even, and not trying to illuminate a whole large painting all at one time. Check it out. Look at some of these details. This would be our first shot. It said, these light banks are 8 foot high, but I get 3 foot of even lighting. Okay, it's lighting 4 foot in area, but 3 foot is totally even lighting. So what I've done is I made marks where the 3 foot of light is down below. This would be my first shot. Then I would advance this on to the next area, which would be right there. That would be my second shot. And then my third shot would be when I advance this all the way to the third area, which is right here. There's your third shot. Does two things. First off, we're using only the sweet spot of the light, the perfect evenness of the light. Secondly, if it's highly reflective, if these images have any type of shine or glare on them, where the glare always happens at the edges, not in the center. So that if it's shinier, we would just use a little bit shorter area in the center that we're copying. And maybe instead of 3 steps, we'd do 4 steps of copying. It's a great solution. Check it out.
Okay, now that I've shown you the rolling track, let me show you some of the processes I use for stitching the images together. The rolling track is wonderful for when you don't have enough space to back up enough for a really big painting. And also, if you want to have a higher res image, you take and do a step and repeat by using the rolling track. And this is going to be a perfect example of showing you how I did that. This image is by Robina, and it's named Glorious, and the size was a 68 by 64. This image was so big that I could not back my camera up enough that I could capture either the vertical or the horizontal in one capture and just stitch 2 or 3 images together. So I actually had to do 6 stitches. So what I did is I took and I copied the left side top, the left side bottom. Then I copied the center top and then the center bottom, and then the right side top and the right side bottom. The main thing when doing these type of scans is getting rid of cropping and getting rid of all the extra area. Like a lot of my other scans, you would always see, and I think, see if I can show you one. See how this image is showing color chart, it's showing extra area? Well, in this image here, Glorious, notice I've cropped it all the way down to just the clamps on the copy wall, and I've cropped off the extra area. That's the key to have Photoshop stitch these together seamlessly without any hiccups. What I'd like to show you here is this is the left side top. I called it top 1, and then the bottom 1. So 1 was my left side. So notice from the top to the bottom, I have substantial overlap because I was that close in getting the camera to be able to see the whole painting. But that was okay. I needed to capture the whole painting, so I let it overlap. I've overlapped probably close to 80 to 90%. So that's my top and my bottom. Here's my top, my center. There's my top and there's my bottom. So you can see in those 2 images I've overlapped again around 80 or 90%. But notice that I've cropped extremely tight for it just was the actual image and hardly any of the extra area in the copy wall. And then this was the right side top and bottom. So once you've done all those, I then would come back and have a white card and I'd run Robin Meyer's Equalite, which you'll see in one of the sections. And then after I've done the Equalite, I would then take all 6 of these images, and from within Bridge, I would highlight all 6 images, go to Tools, Photoshop, Photo Merge. Under Photoshop, Photo Merge, the feature that I'm going to use is I always choose Reposition. It's going to be those 6 images. I'm going to go ahead and say, blend the images together. And I'm not going to use any of these other features because these other features distort it. They somehow change or stretch or distort it, where reposition just puts them in position. I would always give it a shot to try to do all the images at one time first. And if I had some issues with things not lining up or working right, in this particular image, I would then, if I had that problem, I would then stitch the top and the bottoms together of all 3 images, and then I would stitch the 3 images together. If I had troubles putting the 3 images together, I would always start with the right and only work 1 image at a time. This particular image, though, fell together perfectly. So when I said okay, it's going to go ahead and process these images, and this was my results here. This is the copy wall is a great solution for oversized pieces. For light, let's say you don't have lights big enough to cover a big area. You can light small areas and use the rolling wall to pick up sections of the piece and then stitch it together using Photoshop's stitching feature. Okay, check it out.